Hello, and welcome to the Mr. 50mm YouTube channel. Today, we'll be having a look at a bunch of random things that I bought. First, I just want to point out this microphone. Ignore that for now. It is effectively a prop. I got sent it today, and still figuring out how to use it. It's a microphone that has a USB output and an XLR output, but I don't have a way to connect the XLR to my camera, and I don't really feel like connecting it to USB, recording it, and then syncing the audio. That sounds like too many things. I'll figure it out later. So at this point, it's just a prop. So audio is still coming through via these ceramic wireless thingies. Anyways, right. The actual video content. So, in case you didn't figure it out, we're getting back into film developing. Or I'm getting back into film developing. What I have here is a dark bag. Just got it. Hopefully, it's what I'm looking for. Hopefully, it does keep the dark in or the light out. Yes, that. I'm excited to try it. This one apparently comes with a frame so you can maneuver your hand and whatnot. And yeah, that should be interesting. Next, would you believe that I had a darkroom kit in the past? Well, I did. Unfortunately, I dug out my Patterson tank and realized one of the film spoolie thingies was broken. But then I dug even deeper into my film kit, and apparently sometime in the past, I picked up a fairly neat kit. Here it is. Oh boy. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can, yes, I think you can see the price. I paid $4 for it at some point, and it was just at a local thrift store. And yes, this is an entirely new, mostly unopened, slightly patched up looking, like there's tape around it and stuff, but the original plastic's still on there. Anyways, it is an AP Labo kit, which is the laboratory kit for developing black and white color negative film and paper prints. So it includes quite a few things. So you have, oh boy, I assume you heard that tap on the microphone. Your developing tank, which is this here. You have a multi-format self-feed spiral. Oh, it's probably also in there. The film spiral holder thingies. There is a bunch of cylinders, developing trays, film squeegees, print tongs, film clips, one that's weighted, a stirring paddle, ooh, a glass thermometer, and instructions. And you can see on the back, there's the tray. So this is probably going to be what I'm going to use. And that's pretty neat. $4. That is a good thrifty find. And I just wanted to say, I legitimately don't remember how long I've had this. But I do know I have had this since before I've lived in this current dwelling, which means that it is at least 8 years old. So that's interesting. And the last thing I want to talk about is this. So I decided to ease back into film developing because I'm not sure if I want to do it that often. So I bought just a small little kit of chemicals from Flic film. Apparently it's good for 10 rolls, which I think should be enough to give me an idea of whether or not I do want to continue doing this. And it seems like a pretty straightforward kit. I do like how compact it is because it is just chemicals for a couple rolls. And it was very cheap. So as you can see here, this is, oh, maybe you can't, it's a little bit glary, but it is 19 Canadian dollar dues. So yeah, this should be interesting. Hopefully, I'll be doing that soon so you can have a look at some photos that I developed and scanned in some of the upcoming sample galleries. I do also want to say, if you haven't already watched my $5 film scanner video and you don't know, some misfortune occurred basically the day after, or less than 48 hours after I made my video about how cool the CoolScan LS8000 is. It broke. It's very sad. But it does seem like it is a kind of fixable issue. The Firewire IC on it, one of them appears to have gone. So I am looking at procuring a set, and I'm looking into finding someone that could do the repair for me. Or might take it as an opportunity to buy a hot air rework station and do it myself. Although I will make sure to practice on other not the CoolScan 8000 parts before I dive into that, because I really do want it to work again. It was quite a shame that it died. With that, let me cut away, and I'm going to actually assemble the dark bag box thing. It's going to show you what it looks like. So I think it is really quite neat, and it was also very inexpensive. I think, you know, I will cut in when we get back with the assembled box. I will have the price in my mind to put on the microphone for you to hear. We are back, and turns out it was 37 Canadian buckaroos. I think that's around like 23, 24 US dollars. I don't have it built yet. I figure let's build it out. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to sit through the whole thing, or you will, but it's gonna be a time lapse. I'll increase the build speed. All right, so if you couldn't tell, that was the frame of it. All right, now we will continue with the next part. Okay, so I guess it took me longer to wrap the bag around the frame than to assemble the frame, but here we have it. It is, as it sounds, a box with the frame. It's a dark box, and looking in it with all these lights pointing, it does seem rather dark inside. So I think this should work, but if it doesn't, I'll let you know. All right, with that, that's really all I got. Until we get some film developed, really not sure how this is gonna go, but let's see. Let's figure out if I want to develop 35mm and or 120 black and white film again at home. I hope I do, because I just spent some money to get all the things to do it. Well, with that said, Let me know, do you develop your own film at home? What do you develop? Black and white only? Black and white in color? Slide? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe a super thanks if you're into that. Till next time, bye. I lied. That was not the end of the video. This part, or after this part, is the end. So, after I recorded that, I decided let's develop film now. I had 2 rolls of 35mm that I needed to develop anyways, and I figure why not do it at 12 a.m. That's the perfect time to develop film, I think. At any rate, it turns out my dark bag was indeed dark, and the Flic film kit did the job. The film did develop. And the instructions were very easy to follow. It was quite good. Yeah. I didn't remember it being this easy when I did it so many years ago, but here we are. I will say though, the films I were doing were also Flic Film Ultrapan 100. Anyways, they come in these reusable film canisters, and it's kind of good and it's kind of bad. So I don't mind these at all, but if you ever dealt with 35mm film, the metal canisters, you know the way to open them is to just get effectively a can opener, and you lever it open, or not a can opener, my bad, a bottle opener, and you can lever the cap open and get your film out. However, that is not the option with this. Ideally, I assume they want you to buy the Flic Film canister tool. It's got these little tabs that line up with the stuff over here. It's very hard to see. Oh, actually, you might be able to see it. There are 2 tabs there. Basically, their tool lines up so that you can press against it and you can pop the film open. Now, I did not have that, and I figured I would just pop the tabs open with a small tool. That being said, it's dark in the dark bag, and small tools like those that would be good for popping these are also probably pretty good at puncturing fingers. And I did have a couple slips, and those were not fun. I was about to give up. It was quite bad. But then I realized I'm not actually going to reuse these film cartridges. I'm not re-rolling anything. So I did something else. So if you are using these reusable film rolls, or if you have them, if your film happens to be spooled with them and you don't plan to reuse them, you're just going to chuck them anyways, here's what you could do. Where the film normally comes out, this little thing, jam your thumb underneath that and try to get leverage and pull. You can eventually pop it. So it's not likely going to be as easy as what I just did because mine has broken tabs, but effectively that's what I did. Thumb under here, hold on for dear life, and apply force. It'll open. I know when I did it, I kind of felt, oh no, I'm gonna break it. But that was the point. I wanted to get it open anyways, so it didn't really matter. And yeah, I'm not at the point where I'm respooling film, so no biggie for me. If you are trying to keep them because you do plan to respool them, maybe like don't do that, buy the tool or come up with one on your own. I'm sure there actually is probably a 3D print that'll let you pop it open, but yeah, if you don't have that, use your thumbs, lever on the little flappy thing there, and you'll eventually, if the tabs don't break, you'll just straight up separate the plastic and it'll fall apart. And you'll be good. You'll have your film. Anyways, it was good times. The film was developed. The dark bag was good. The that random developing kit that I got, I realized the weighted film holder was missing. I don't know if it was missing when I bought it or if it was missing at some point during the many years I didn't use it. Either way, no weighted film thingy. Made me sad. So hopefully when the film dries, it doesn't just curl and then fling itself up. But we will see. Right now it is drying. It is about 2 a.m. I'm getting sleepy, finally. And this is the end of the video. Okay, thanks for watching. Comments and stuff down below. For real this time. Bye.